another week of Clow, and hope you are too. For those of you that might be joining us for the first time, my name is Kate, and this is Elizabeth and Maggie. But what we do every time for Clow is that, and this goes back to when we were able to do this in person, which was almost a year ago, the last time we did it. Last time we did this in person with everyone was almost a year ago. I think next week will mark a whole entire year of video, taped, pre-taped, for your watching enjoyment.
Yeah, last year.
Virtual Mass.
I think last year at this time was the last time we got to do Clow in person.
I think so. Yeah, maybe it was last Sunday.
No, it was last Sunday that we got to do Clow in person, and then we skipped a week. Yeah. Like this Sunday was the first live stream, but we didn't do a Clow video that one because we were just getting stuff figured out.
Yeah.
It was
then
not
next week
last Sunday.
It's almost been a year. Yeah. But anyway, when we did things in person, we always would go around and say our names and our grades, and then it became this really fun thing where everyone would say a fun name, a Clow name, for that day. So we kind of tried to keep that live.
I want to go first. Can I go first?
Well, sure. You want to go first?
I'm kind of thinking.
What's your Clow name today?
De Trois.
De Trois. Go ahead.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Actually, Lizzie,
You want Lizzie to go first? All right, someone go. Someone go.
That's
Do you have
not
a name,
me.
Elizabeth?
Let's see. I'm going to be Amanda Gorman today.
Amanda Gorman. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about her later. So, excellent choice. All right, how about you, Maggie?
I need to be Silly Pillow.
Silly Pillow. Okay.
No, man the Silly Pillow.
Man the Silly
Pillow. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I hope that all of you Matthew, Marks, Lukes, and Johns at home are doing well.
And French
And
fries
hamburgers and
and
French fries.
milkshakes.
And Mike's that are in first grade are having a great week, and I hope you know we miss you all.
And toast.
I'm in poet grade.
Yeah, so usually we'll say our grade too. You guys want to say your grade?
I'm in poet grade.
Poet grade.
I'm
Awesome.
in Silly Pillow
You're
grade.
in Silly Pillow grade. All right, that makes sense. Cool. So that's one thing we do every Clow.
No.
But Clow is for everyone, isn't it, guys?
Wait.
It's meant for grades, kindergarten through 4th grade. But
Or TK through 4th grade.
But
hey, if you're in preschool, can you
T-
come to Clow?
Yes.
No, T.
If you're in fifth.
If you're in 5th grade,
No,
can you come to Clow?
no.
Yeah.
If you're in TK, can you come to Clow?
No.
No? I thought you were just saying we could.
No. I have something else to say.
Okay, what are you going to say? What are you going to say?
Preschool through college.
Through college. Okay. Yes.
More like baby through grown.
Yes.
For
Yes.
old lady.
It's for everyone. Clow is for everyone.
Yeah, baby through old lady, and
Yes.
the babies can't even listen.
What are the 2 things we try and do every Clow? Elizabeth, what's the first one?
Say the gospel in our own words.
Right. Yeah, the liturgy of the word in our own words, right? So whatever's
Children's liturgy.
Yes, this is the children's liturgy of the word. So at this point in the Mass, the liturgy of the word is going on, right? It's okay. And we do it in our own words. So what's the second part? Then what do we do, Maggie? Then what are we able to do if we're really listening?
Test up here.
You're able
Of
to test
grown-ups and
grown-ups.
see if they were listening and see if they had the same gospel.
Well,
Yes.
They got the same.
They should have the same gospel. But if they didn't, that'd be even more interesting because you get to hear about what they learned about.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can happen. I don't know. I mean, we might get the wrong reading or something going on, which is okay. We'll still talk about something really good and
It
fun.
might have happened last week.
It might have. I don't know. Yeah, that was a little different.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll read from the Old Testament. You know,
Like
we'll
the
do like
first
the first
reading.
reading or something. So you know, you might.
Which
you know,
has the
compare.
same message as the gospel, it's just like different.
A little bit. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, they lead up to the gospel.
Anyway,
Anyway,
they intertwine,
alright.
don't they? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad
So
you know that.
Before
Yeah.
we say the gospel,
Yes.
we have to say sorry.
Yes.
And
Why?
sing
Why
on
do we do that?
silly song.
We need to be ready to hear God's word and
Yes.
be clean of sins.
Yes. we're sorry.
We sing our sorry song.
We sing our sorry
I
song.
wanted to
You
say it.
already did say it. I heard you. And then you included a little leap, which was kind of fun too.
And we sing our
Yes?
sorry song.
Our sorry song. Okay, so let's do it through 2 times. First time, if you haven't heard it before, try and listen, and then join us on the second time.
And we'll sing slower first
Okay,
time.
and then we'll speed it up the second time. Are we ready?
Yeah. One more thing.
What's the one more thing? What is it?
And if you already heard the sorry song, then sing along both times.
Okay.
And of course we've heard it a million times because we're actually singing.
Okay, you ready, Maggie? Let's do it. If you
If you say that you are sorry, God forgives.
If you say that you are sorry, God forgives. If your sins are large or small, God will still forgive them all. If you say that you are sorry, God forgives. Let's speed it up. If you say that you are sorry, God forgives. If you say that you are sorry, God forgives. If your sins are large or small, God will still forgive them all. If you say that you are sorry, God forgives. Awesome. All right, I think we're ready to hear the gospel. Elizabeth, will you read it for us, please? Yes. Maggie, let's listen. How do we listen, Maggie? Not only with our ears, but with our...
Not only with our ears and our minds,
Yeah?
but also, most importantly, our hearts.
Hearts.
Alright,
Okay, come on.
today's gospel is according to John chapter 3, verses 16 through 21. Jesus said to Nicodemus, God loved the world so much that he sent his only son to be the light and to save those who believed in him. The light of the world has come, but many turn away from it and prefer the darkness. Anyone who does wrong is afraid of the light because their badness will be plain for all to see. The good man has nothing to fear from the light because he is close to God.
Wonderful. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah. All right. So,
Who's Nicodemus?
who is Nicodemus? Who's Nicodemus?
Is he like a priest or something?
What is he?
He was a Pharisee.
What am I?
That explains everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What am
He was a
I?
Pharisee. Do you remember what a Pharisee is?
I think it's like a super duper high priest.
It's kind of like, yeah. Pharisees, they
Like a bishop.
Like
knew a lot about
Father
Probably like a
Gray.
bishop.
Judaism, huh? What's
Probably
that?
like a
Yeah.
like a bishop.
Well, I don't know about that. Hey,
Or like a pope.
come over here.
Like Father
I don't know.
Gray.
Yeah.
High up
Like
priest.
Father
Yeah.
Gray.
They
Father
had
Gray.
a
Like
really
Father.
Excuse me, come sit. They had a good understanding, right, of their religion. Right?
Yeah.
So people look to them to explain things. Okay. So that's what Nicodemus is. And
Jesus
when
is-
did he come to see Jesus?
Uh.
Did you remember that from what you read?
No.
Excuse me. Let's read something else.
It just says Jesus said to Nicodemus, and then he talks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
over.
say. Yeah, okay. But here it says that Nicodemus came secretly at night, hoping that no one would see him. He was a Pharisee, a very religious man who studied the scriptures and kept all of the commandments of Jewish law. Okay, so that's what you're saying, right? All right. The other Pharisees did not like Jesus or his teachings. Now, why would that be?
Because it was different from what they thought of.
Yeah, they were considered scholars, right? They're supposed to know everything. And here comes Jesus.
And he knows, like, he's saying
He's
different
saying all these
stuff.
things. Like, who is this guy? He's not a Pharisee. He can't know as much as we do. What's going on, right? So they didn't like Jesus. But here's Nicodemus, a Pharisee. He's going to see
Like
Jesus,
Jesus.
right? And he knew that if the other Pharisees knew he was going, they might, not be happy about it, right? So he was afraid. So that's why he went at night. So that's interesting. Because there's something else that Jesus talks about in this gospel having to do with the amount of light, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, you want to tell us about that? What did you learn
Yeah,
about
I think
through this?
it's interesting that he talks about how if you have done wrong and you don't like to follow the light.
Yeah.
Because it's like your wrongness, your sins are shown in plain light, so you like the darkness.
Yeah.
But if you're good, then you're not afraid to go into the light because you feel good about your actions.
Yeah.
And you want to be better and follow Jesus in the light.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool, right?
But I think also if you go, I think another message I got from that was that if you go deeper into the darkness, then it'll be harder to come back into the light because you'll have more bad things. Like you had the chance to follow him, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Or you kept doing whatever you wanted when you had the chance to follow him.
Right. Right. So then there's Nicodemus, right? Who's coming in the night, right? And who's afraid.
I follow Jesus.
How do you follow Jesus? Think about that. I want to know. I think that's great.
I follow him by doing what he tells me.
Good. Because he did have a lot to tell us during his lifetime, didn't he? And that's what the New Testament is all about. So we can, right? Yeah. Okay, I need to see something. Look. This is really cool. This is a really cool thing right here about Nicodemus.
Myself.
Is that, okay, so he came at night, right? And if we do something in the darkness from this story, it's that we want to hide it, right? That we're afraid of other people finding out.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Nicodemus is kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, but
Right.
he's going to see Jesus is the right thing.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want everyone else to know.
Right? Yeah, so no one likes to be found out. And Jesus is making the point that preferring the darkness and doing things out of sight, hoping no one will see, right? Is when you're doing something that you don't want other people to see for a reason, right? Because you're scared, right? You don't want to be found out about something. Yeah. But when we are good and do is right, we have nothing to hide and we don't mind being seen. So I think he's trying to make the point to Nicodemus, is why are you coming to me in the night,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, if you really wanted to talk to me, come during the day and don't be afraid to be seen, right? Yeah, because you're not doing anything wrong. Okay? Yeah. But if you're doing something right, just do it. And don't worry. Don't worry, trust in God that you're doing the right thing. Yeah? Yeah. So I think that's an interesting kind of take on it, right? Where Jesus is using this image, this bit of information about light to encourage us, right? To do good and follow him, but not be afraid to. Don't do it in secret.
Hello.
Be proud of it.
I'm a
It's
flower.
okay.
Flower.
Yeah. And in fact, he wants us to go a little bit even farther than that. He wants us to be that light that inspires others.
But
Isn't
he
Jesus?
wants us
Is Jesus
to
in
be
you?
a-
Is Jesus in you?
Yes.
Yes. Is Jesus in you? Is Jesus in me? Oh yeah. Yeah. And isn't it kind of our job to show that light to the world of what we believe? Yeah. Yeah. Jesus calls on us to be that light, right? Jesus is the light of the world, and he gives us that wonderful confidence to go out and be light to the world as well. And to use his example, right, Maggie, like you were saying, and learn from him, to follow him, but then share that with everyone, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's kind of talking about it through Nicodemus, right? But it's really an example for all of us. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Pig.
What do you think? Yeah?
Piggy, piggy,
Cool.
pig.
Cool, because I know that about a year ago, we also had this same kind of topic come up about how we are light, right? We are light. And I know that Father Greg used the example of even when things seem really dark and they're hard or they're scary,
Yeah,
at the beginning of the pandemic, right?
to the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, that still resonates with me, is that even when things are really seeming very dark, that Jesus gives us that light to shine through it, even if it's in little tiny bits, you know? But it's still there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It relates to the activity.
Okay.
But yeah. So I don't know if you guys are familiar
Are you
with.
by the camera right now, sweet?
I don't think.
Okay. So instead of talking off camera, why don't you come on camera so everyone can see you
Okay.
and hear you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Amanda Gorman. She's a pretty famous poet. She spoke at Joe Biden's inauguration, and she did a really beautiful poem there. And we quoted something from that poem. It's called "The Hill We Climb," and we quoted something that has to do with the gospel today.
Okay.
So it is, "For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it."
That's beautiful. I love that quote. I think it's just gorgeous, and it does absolutely relate to today's gospel, right?
Yeah.
When is it that we first received that light, you guys? What do you think about it?
Baptism?
When we eat God,
Okay. Okay. So during communion, right? Yeah,
we eat God,
yeah, we do.
and we drink
Jesus.
Him.
That's right. Yeah.
We eat Jesus' body
Mm-hmm.
and we drink Jesus' blood.
Too, which is really just absolutely such a wonderful gift, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. What I want to ask about though has to do with baptism. Elizabeth's right, because during your baptism, there's a candle that you receive,
Join
and some of you guys
your
might still have yours
window.
from when you were baptized.
We do.
I know we do, and it's lit for the first time, and that light is to represent something very important.
Where is our
Because it's
candle?
I would have to go and find them. They're tucked away somewhere safe. But we're given a candle as a symbol of the light we received from Christ, from Jesus, on that day. And the love of Jesus and the flame of faith have burned in our hearts since that day.
Yeah.
I love that. I had to read it straight from the book. I don't usually read straight from the book, but this is good stuff, guys. Let me read that again. The love of Jesus and the flame of faith have burned in our hearts since that day. So true. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that flame. It's in our hearts. It's in our hearts, and then that is what shines out into the world. And as children of this light, we have nothing to fear. So that is part of what Jesus is saying today too, right? We can be in the light,
We
and we can
have
also
nothing
be
to
the light, because we have nothing to fear, because we know that Jesus is always close to us on our journey through our whole entire life. So that's pretty wonderful stuff, right guys? All right, so we have an activity, so you guys can build your own light to remember this, and Elizabeth's going to explain that now.
So we're going to make a lantern today, and you don't need to make it as fancy as we made it, but so you're going to need, what happened to our glue stick? What happened to the glue stick?
Oh, should be.
A pair of scissors, a piece of construction paper, and a glue stick, but I have no idea where the glue stick is.
That's okay. I think people can picture a glue stick.
That's not good. But and so what you're going to do is take a piece of construction paper, and you're going to cut off a strip at the bottom. It doesn't need to be perfectly equal. It just needs to be a strip. It's going to be for the handle. This handle thing. Okay, and then you're going to just put that aside. Then you're going to fold this in half, just like that. Crease it, and
The long way, right?
yeah, the long way, like a hot dog.
That's a
And
good way to remember that, right?
and then you're gonna do not like super duper thin, but not like super fat either. Just kind of like that size. And they don't need to
About
be
an inch.
they don't need to be perfect. Yeah, and then you aren't gonna cut off the whole thing. you're just gonna go and leave about like, I don't know, a finger width left at the edge of the paper. So you're gonna do that. It doesn't need to be perfect. They don't need to be exactly the same in width or exactly like exactly the same.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it does not need to be perfect.
Cool.
So
Just have fun with it, right?
just gonna go like this. Yeah, have fun. You can always, if you want, like use special scissors and like make special cuts if you want to be fancy. But I'm just gonna do normal this and alright, almost done. Sorry. Let's just alright. Then I think I can do this one. Alright. And then it should look like that when you're done. And I did it pretty fast, so it's really not perfect, but and so that's what it's gonna be like when you're done. Then you're gonna open it up and it should look like that. And then you're going to turn it around and glue these parts together. Now, I don't know where a glue stick went, but
Hold it.
I'll just hold it. So you're gonna roll it up like that and glue the ends together to make it like that. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna glue this on, just like that.
Yeah.
And then you're done if you want to stop there. We added like a light on the inside.
What kind of light? Just kind of an LED light, right?
Yeah, I did an LED light. You can also use like one of those plastic candles if you wanted. You could also use a plastic candle or just any kind of LED that would fit in the bottom.
But you had to add some paper to the bottom, right?
We had to cut out a circle of paper and stick it to the bottom with tape. And then we stuck that in and we were done with that. But then we also added this. It's the Amanda Gorman quote. We taped it to the top just so we could remember that.
Repeat it again. What was that quote again? So good.
Okay. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it.
Yeah, because a lot of the times it's easier to hide in the dark, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because we're scared or we're worried about something that's gonna be bad, turn out badly
Yeah.
if we are showing how we really feel about things, right? In the light.
Yeah.
But that's what Jesus is asking us to do, even when it is hard, even when it is dark.
Yeah. And then if you
Because we
want,
do have that light inside of us. And
Yeah.
that light comes
And-
from Him being
yeah.
with us. Yes.
and if you haven't heard that poem, I encourage you to watch it.
Yes, it's
Like
so good.
just,
Yeah.
I mean, just search up Amanda Gorman
Inauguration, maybe?
inauguration or
Yeah.
The Hill We Climb speech,
Yeah.
poem or something.
So
Something
wonderful.
like that. And there's lots of videos, recordings of her doing that, and it's really beautiful. That's just one part of it. It's a really beautiful poem.
Yeah.
We watched it like 3 times.
Yeah. So we thought we'd end today's Clow with a little song that we also sang I
Yeah.
think during our first
Yeah.
virtual Clow.
We had
Yeah.
you like make videos.
Yeah.
Send it
so,
to us.
so yeah, if you want to sing after you've had a chance to make your lantern, you can use your lantern to help you sing this song. But this can just be a nice reminder, right, of like how all of you out there, there, Max, you too, and you, all of you, you are all light light out there,
And
guys.
we need the
So
room.
don't be afraid to let it shine. We need you. Okay, so
We're going
I'm gonna sing
this little light of
This
mine.
Little Light of Mine. Okay.
This little light of mine.
Let's do it, guys. But if you don't have a light, the finger always works. Okay? Yeah, cool. We'll just sing one verse.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you ready, Maggie?
Yeah.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Have a great week, everyone. Shine bright. We'll see you next time.